So in this lesson, we're going to take a look at the wage example that was introduced earlier in this module. So our expression earlier was 10h plus 25. That was in one of the earlier lessons. We're actually going to go through this expression and example looking at different hourly times to figure out like the different wages that someone would make. So in this case, we're going to let W be the variable for wage when we're looking at this equation. And we're going to look for W when H equals 5, when H equals 10, and when H equals 13. So we have three different hourly times, and we're going to find three different wages. So let's go ahead and start for when H equals 5. All we have to do is write this equation the same way, equals 10, but when you see H, we put a 5 in, right? So H equals 5, so instead of H in parentheses, you're going to insert a 5. And then you have plus 25. So it stands out a little more, right? So that's when H equals 5. Now, from here, we don't have variables to worry about. We just keep W the same, equals, and now we just solve. So 10 times 5, right? You're distributing it because it's in parentheses, so you're multiplying. So 10 times 5 gives us 50. We bring the plus 25 down. So now W equals 50 plus 25, which is 75. So when H equals 5, W equals 75. So for 5 hours, the worker gets $75. Okay. Now we're going to look for when H equals 10. So, same thing. Instead of plugging 5 in for H, we're now going to plug in 10 for H. So we have W equals 10. Plug in 10 for H, and everything else stays the same. So, now we just do regular math. We have 10, we're distributing it just like above, so multiplying 10 times 10, we have 100 plus 25, which equals 125. So for 10 hours, the worker would get $125. Now we're going to look finally at 13 hours. So we have W equals 10. Same thing, wherever there's an H, we're going to plug in 13. And everything stays the same. So we have W equals 10 times 13, so you're distributing that. So we have 130 plus 25. This simplifies to 155. So for 13 hours, a worker would make $155. So this is what the wage example looks like. Whenever you have a number that you're plugging in for H, you simply just insert it in, and you're going to use the distributive property like we have, so just multiplication, and you're going to find out how much someone is paid for how long they work.